I'm gonna get right into this. So I was scrolling through my YouTube and I saw a video of what appears to be an update on Shanquella Robinson. We all know and heard about the Shanquella Robinson story. Very tragic and heartbreaking story of that young black woman with so much more life to live. Just there's so much, you know what I mean? And that was crazy right there. And so you know how after you read an article or watch or listen to a video, you sort of reflect on what you just consumed, right? That's what I did. And that's when I recalled that pretty privileged video that Op did with Shell and that Dukiana character. That Shanquella Robinson video that popped up on my news feed, my YouTube news feed or timeline, whatever you want to call it, that's what came to mind. Okay? That pretty privileged video that she did. Op twerking in a dumpster, which was very telling. which was very telling. She can say it was done for shits and giggles all day long until she blew in the face. People's words and behavior snitch on them every day, all day, because subconsciously she knows and feels like trash, and that's why she was twerking in a trash can, right? And then also, that's when I recalled, as I had the video pulled up, that's when I recalled I wearing a t-shirt that said, beating hoes up like Dejanay. Okay. Dejanay being one of the suspected unalivers of Shanquella Robinson. And I say suspected because we're still in the dark, honestly, about the actual events that occurred, right? And who technically delivered the fatal blow. But we all know, anybody from the street, you know what I mean, outside of the social media thing, outside of mainstream news, the mainstream news outlets, we know whether you delivered the fatal blow or not. If you participated in someone's demise, you're just as culpable. Okay? But we know in the so-called justice system, they go off of technicalities. So that's why I say suspected, because we don't know if she was the one that technically, this Dejanay person, if she's the one that technically delivered the fatal blow. Okay? And so, as far as I'm concerned, whether she delivered the fatal blow or not, she was one of several cowards who ambushed Shanquella Robinson. Because that wasn't a fight. That was an ambush. Okay? And it was very befitting of Op to wear that shirt talking about beating hoes up like Dejanay. That was very befitting of Op. To have that shirt customized with that on there. Because she's a coward. And so are the weirdo degenerates that are fascinated by her. That are her true supporters. That were pretending to be Justice for Shell supporters when they were really supportive of Op. Yeah. Channel holders and subscribers are like, man, I'm going to have people, look, people going to be, before they go to bed at night, they going to hear my voice saying the same things over and over on repeat. Shell's a mentally challenged woman. Right? And a lot of people, channel holders and subscribers, are like low-key Op fans. Okay? Everybody know that by now. And so, Shanquella, she also did not receive justice in the court system, just like Shell didn't. Right? Both women, Shanquella and Shell, and many other women, many others, known and unknown, will have to receive their justice by other means. Y'all know what it is. And they will. Best believe that. Op. And the people that took Shanquella out. And whoever else. We don't really know all of the details surrounding the Shanquella Robinson story. But yeah, as far as Shell concerned, justice will be served. I'm going to leave it at that. And so, I pulled the video and I quickly skimmed through the comments. Just to kind of see where chicks' heads were at, right? Unsurprisingly, only a small percentage of commentators had mentioned how disturbing and disgusting it was for Op to wear that shirt with that slogan on there. You know what I mean? But we already know Op likes to get online, or like to, because you know better now, like to get online and perform outrageous acts for clout, attention, or money, or whatever. And I can't even say that she wore that shirt for shock value. You know, I don't, when it comes to this chick, nothing surprises me when it comes to this chick. So I can't even say that she wore that shirt with that slogan for shock value. Maybe so. But it was disrespectful, nonetheless. It was disrespectful, inappropriate, and insensitive to Shanquella's memory and her legacy. Because as the news reports surfaced, you know, it seemed like she had a lot going on for herself. Like she was in motion, you know what I mean? As a young woman out here getting it, you know? And so also I was thinking about including the image of Op wearing that shirt for this video, y'all. I was thinking about including that, but I quickly changed my mind, right? Because that would be disrespectful to Shanquella's family. That would be disrespectful not only to Shanquella Robinson, but her family and her loved ones. And then I would be no different than Op if I did that. If I shared an image of Op wearing that shirt with that disrespectful quote or slogan or whatever on there as I do commentary. Okay? Doesn't matter if Shanquella's family and loved ones ever run across this channel. Doesn't matter. It would have been very disrespectful. Okay? And I try to be as intentional and careful about what I'm sending out in the ethers. Because I understand all the work I put in over the years. I understand and bear witness to how spiritual and divine law works. Yeah, so I definitely have an understanding and bear witness to how spiritual and divine law works. And I don't play with it. I don't play with it. I'm obedient and I'm respectful to divine spiritual law. Unlike these clout chasing, thirsty, pathological lying, narrative spinning, 99% Pinocchi-Heaux. Yeah, Pinocchi-Heaux. I don't have to share degrading, disrespectful images of another woman who has already been defiled, disrespected, and degraded for clicks, views, and money. I don't have to do that. I'm not going to do it, and I don't have to do it. Because when people do that, it's not to prove a point. They're not doing that just to prove a point. This is their content, right? They're doing that to sensationalize their commentary. Why? For clicks, views, subscriptions, and money. That's why they're doing it. AKA clout chasing. Oh yeah. Remember I did that video a few months back, y'all? Keeping hoes on they toes all 2024. I gotta say it. I gotta say it like, you know what I mean? I gotta say it like Pimpin' say it. Keeping hoes on they toes all 2024. Right? So that's why they're doing that. They're doing that to sensationalize their commentary for clicks, for views, for subscriptions, and money. Nothing more, nothing less. You know what I mean? And that's what desperate, low-level mud ducks do. Strange things for change. That's what they do, okay? Because my soul is not set up like that, y'all, right? My soul is not set up like that. My soul is not, nor will it ever be, for sale. For some punk ass couple of dollars and clout on a social media app. I can't do that. I'm not even built like that. I'm from the era. I'm pre-social media era. You know what I mean? I'm pre-social media era. I had to get it from the mud. I had to go through things. I had to get initiated. So I'm pre-social media era. And on top of that, my bills are paid. And my children are well taken care of, unlike these clout-chasing Pinocchi-Heaux who need this app, who need to defile and disrespect other women for clicks, views, money, and subscriptions and clout. Yeah, that's what it is. Right. So I'm calling attention to this because It speaks to women's capabilities to dehumanize other women. Dehumanize. Keyword. And yes, men have this capability also, of course. We're humans, right? But there's still a lot of naivety surrounding what women are truly capable of. A lot of women are still naive surrounding what women are truly capable of in relation to each other. You know, whether it be a platonic friendship or a romantic relationship with other women. A lot of women are still clueless as to the lengths that women will go to when they're angry, when they're upset, when they're triggered, when they're imbalanced, and all of the above. Right? I remember speaking to a young woman in her 20s. This was right around the time when Shanquella's story had broke. She's, 20 something years old. And we were speaking about Shanquella, what happened, and we were both kind of just giving our opinion on it. And I remember her saying, from what she had gathered from her social life and her firsthand experience among her peers, she was just expressing how women will hang with each other and don't even like each other. Don't even like each other. You know what I mean? Plan getaways together. Go on these girls' trips. And don't like each other. Think about that for a minute. Think about that for a minute. We were talking about Shanquella Robinson. Rest in peace. And so she basically was alluding to the possibility of that being the case for Shanquella. And it's very much so possible. What she did was basically remind me to look at all angles. What she did was just inform me of what's really going on out here among her peers, which she was around the same age. She's around the same age as Shanquella was at the time of her being unalived. And I appreciate that. I said before, I can learn from women of all ages. I don't know everything. I'm a teacher, but I'm also a lifetime student. Okay? That's what separates me from most. I'm a teacher, but I'm also a lifetime student. But she said that to me. She said, Miss Tiffany, I get what you're saying. Yes, it was very sad. It was very tragic. But from her firsthand experience with other women their age, chicks just be hanging out with each other, being passive aggressive to each other, don't even really like each other. You know what I mean? Pretending like they didn't hear or see things that another chick said, letting it go over their head, and then they plan these girl trips, these getaways. And then what happened to Shanquella Robinson and other women, because we've heard of other cases recently, with these girl trips. And then that's when it all goes left, right? Because they wasn't keeping it a being with each other. Because women were refusing to see the truth of who other people were that they had around them. Frenemies. So yeah, so I'll never forget that, and I appreciate her so much for having that conversation with me. Okay. So there's a lot of unspoken grievances between women, right? A lot of unacknowledged betrayal. Painful memories. A lot of women have painful memories that still evoke strong emotions from women being harmed by other women in some way. This is the thing, psychologically or physically, for that matter. Right? Think about how deeply affected Shell is as a result of all that she has experienced. Even before she met Op. Let's keep it a bean. Even before she met Op. How deeply affected Shell is. Shell may be deeply affected for the entirety of her life because of how she was treated and mishandled. Another key word, mishandled by other women. Because we mishandle each other. Oh my God. We definitely mishandle each other and do not treat each other with TLC, tender love and care. Okay. And see, this is why I don't really focus so much on the petty gripes that women have with men and that men have with women, or the behaviors of each other as it relates to relationships. Let me be clear. Let me be clear. I'm not talking about women who are or were victims of DV. Absolutely not. Absolutely nothing petty about that. I take DV and SA very serious. I don't play with that. And women, if they feel comfortable enough, they should speak out on it. If they're in a place, if they're in a space where they're comfortable speaking about it, right? I do not take that lightly at all. There's nothing petty about that, right? I would never diminish a woman's cries and claims of abuse by her partner, ever, right? So I'm referring to all of this relationship discourse on social media, what women want from men, what men want from women, weaves, bill paying, pick-me's, that's the one that really gets me. Pick-me's calling out other pick-me's, standards and expectations and how to be. I don't care about none of that, right? Because when people log off of these apps, they gonna bust it open. Man, they gonna bust it open with a smile on their face. Body count don't matter. The dudes talking about body count, but in real life, they gonna pay for play, right? They gonna pay what they weigh. They gonna give and take to and from whomever they want. And people are gonna get happily screwed in 1,000 different ways. Right? From who they want. Okay? All of this, after both men and women be talking cash money-ish on the internet. That's why I don't focus so much on, because chicks will say, oh, why you just talking about how women are? Men is this way. I'm not talking about men. I'm a woman, so this is what I'm speaking to. Right? So they be talking cash money-ish about each other on the internet, and which is comical, because what they are doing in real life, it's not a reflection of their talking points on the internet. Man, I don't focus on what men are doing and all of that. And I support and encourage women who have been or are victims of SA and DV all day long. All day long. Right? But a lot of women are simply not a safe space for each other. And what's wild is the fact that many women's horror stories about each other, they are often overlooked, ignored, and ill-addressed. Y'all know that? We know that every woman listening to this right now, what I'm saying, knows that that is the truth. And for intellectually disabled women, such as Shell, who are easy prey, who are for the taking, who are like taking candy from a baby, right? That could spell disaster and tragedy, man, beyond human comprehension, for real. Beyond human comprehension, right? And so that's why it was so comical when people believed Op Sister, aka Lala T Channel, yeah, aka Drama in the T. Let's not forget that one. Oh man. Look, listen, I'm making people stand on their words and their actions all 2024. Listen, and beyond. That's why it was so comical when people believed that Op Sister, aka Lala T Channel, aka Drama in the T, was going to testify against Op on behalf of Shell. Are you kidding me? Meanwhile, she was hiding in plain sight this whole time, making money off of Shell, playing in everybody's face, sharing her sister's humiliating, sick, demented, violent, dark web, sadistic, degrading content for money. Are you kidding me? The hell out of here. Please. Because Shell was the cash cow. And money was the bottom line off the rip. From day one, money was the bottom line and Shell was the cash cow. Shell was the medium to get to the money, to get to the bag. And Lala T Channel, aka Op Sister, aka Drama in the T, was complicit under your nose, playing in your face. These damn channel holders, they can come up with all types of narratives and scenarios all they want. That's the truth. I'm not slow. Ain't nothing slow about me. Huh. Stay in your lane. A lot of these channel holders, y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. Yeah, y'all gotta live on the internet. Y'all gotta live on social media. Cause in real life, please. What? You're a sitting duck. Ho, you're a sitting duck. You're a moving target in real life. Yeah, stay on social media, ho. Stay on here. Cause you're not ready for the wolves for the wolves in sheep's clothing. Yeah. Right? So women have got to stop being so gullible and naive when it comes to women's capabilities of dehumanizing other women and rationalizing it. That's very important, y'all. Listen to what I'm saying. Gotta stop being so gullible and naive when it comes to women's capabilities of not only dehumanizing other women, but rationalizing it. And the reason women have to be cautious is because of women's fundamental need for community and emotional support, which is a beautiful thing. That's who we are at our core. Beautiful, right? But it's a good idea to take cautionary measures to protect yourself. And how do you do that? How do you take cautionary measures? What cautionary measures should you take as a woman to protect yourself from other women? Again, we're not talking about men. There's plenty of women that are speaking up boldly and proudly about men day in and day out. I'm not one of them because I don't care. I already know what type of time certain type of dudes is on. I don't care. I'm a powerful woman, right? I'm an initiated woman. So I already know how to deal with, I don't even have to deal with those type of dudes, but I already have experiences that I can pass along to my daughter. I have wisdom, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that I can pass along to my daughter and other younger women. So again, it's a good idea to take cautionary measures to protect yourself by operating with awareness, right? Self-awareness and situational awareness. Remember, I spoke about what situational awareness was a few videos ago. Okay. Exercising extreme discernment, setting and enforcing boundaries. I emphasize enforcing because a lot of women get stuck at setting, but then they don't know how to actually enforce. You can set boundaries all day. People are going to test you. This is the nature of human beings. This is human behavior. People are going to test your will. They're going to test your strength. They're going to test your mental. So you can't just set boundaries. You have to enforce them. Right? AKA boundary management. Right? And so Op and her legion of degenerate supporters, channel holders and subscribers alike, they are a stark reminder of why you should do so, why you should do everything that I just mentioned, why you should take those cautionary measures. All right? Pinocchi-Heaux, aka pathological liars, they are versed and skilled at two things. One, omitting information that needs to be exposed. Information that could serve as a warning for another woman or save a life even. Not just to another woman, to whoever. Right? The second thing that they're good at is gaslighting and distorting what they're saying to make what they're saying believable or acceptable. This is what Pinocchi-Heaux, aka pathological lying chicks, do. This is what they're good at. Right? If you could think of a few more besides those two things, by all means, share it with us. Share them with us. Okay? And keep in mind that a pathological liar is also a thief. My grandma taught me that early. Oh man, she was so wise, like a lot of our grandmothers were. Always dropping jewels. You know what I mean? Just out of nowhere. On a humbug. She said a person that will lie, a pathological liar, is also a thief. They'll also steal from you. You know, our grandmothers was dropping jewels. Some of us listened, some of us didn't. You know, and we just had to fuck around and find out a lot of times. We had to test their wisdom, right? So not only will Pinocchi-Heaux lie to create confusion, chaos, and disorder and destruction, they'll rob you of your life. Literally rob you of your life. They'll set you up. How many stories have we heard of other women setting other women up? I mean, just recently. Right? They'll set you up to get you unalived in a heartbeat. Off of lies. Okay? I knew a young man. Rest in peace. I knew a young man. I'm not going to throw his name out there. Again, out of respect for his family. Because we're all from the same neighborhood of Philly. I'm not gonna do that. I knew a young man, extremely talented, popular, extremely loved, who was unalived because a Pinocchi-Heaux lied on him, you know, which people weren't privy to until after his demise, of course, right? Got this young man unalived, robbed of his life based on lies that she herself admitted to after the fact, you know, trying to get a lighter sentence in court, right? And countless other tragedies involving people, both men and women, robbed of their life because a Pinocchi-Heaux couldn't help herself in her feelings or mad that she couldn't get her way. Yeah. There's a lot of them on the loose, running amok. A lot. A whole lot of them. Anybody subscribe to or listen to Mona, aka Don't Call Me White Girl, from, what's the name of that podcast? Breakbeat Media. Anybody subscribe or listen to her? Her name is Mona, aka Don't Call Me White Girl. And I think she has it as like an acronym, DCMWG, for Don't Call Me White Girl, from Breakbeat, all one word, media podcast on YouTube. Any of y'all subscribe to or listen to her commentary, to her content? Yeah, so she spoke on this too, right? Pinocchi-Heaux, when they get in their feelings, some of them run and get their brothers, their sons, fathers, or male cousins, their male family members, running with lies. I mean, literally and figuratively running with lies to confront other men that they're in some sort of relationship with, right? And Mona from Don't Call Me White Girl, Breakbeat Media podcast, also said how these men, Pinocchi-Heaux' sons, fathers, brothers, etc., men that they claim they love, honor, and respect, right? How they were ultimately robbed of their lives by getting unalived or sent upstate to the penitentiary, right? And then after the smoke clears and the truth surfaces, now the Pinocchi-Heaux get on some, oh, I didn't know it would go this far, and I didn't know it would end up like this. Oh, my feelings were hurt. All that because they still in love with the dude, right? And they still want to be with him, etc. Meanwhile, the men that they claim they love, they're either laying in a 6-foot hole or 8 to 10 hours away in a mountain somewhere, away from their wives, girlfriends, children, other family members, etc. after the fact. Pinocchi-Heaux, aka pathological liar. I don't play with them type of chicks. I don't play with them. I don't play with them because I have bore witness to the disorder and the destruction that they cause because things aren't going their way. I don't play with them like that. Right? So, yeah, so I love listening to her commentary as well. Right? And the chicks in the comments, right, when she was expressing this, I mean, they were going off. She a pick me. How could you say that? I mean, going off, right? And there were only a handful of women amongst a sea of antagonistic women, right? Because a lot of chicks be knowing that this is a thing. They be knowing that this is a thing. They be playing dumb. They be playing dumb and playing victim. They know that this is a thing, but they carry antagonistic energy anyway, right? So it's one thing to have an opinion, right? We all have them. But it's another thing to just be antagonistic and contrary and incessantly annoying just because. Ooh, and a lot of these chicks is like that. Incessantly annoying. And they do this to other women, men, and children. Stay woke, 1%. Stay woke. Stay woke. Because this is what we're up against. This is what we're up against, and also our loved ones. Men, women, and children. Right? And these chicks, they refuse to see themselves on top of playing victim as if this is not a thing. Right? So it was very fascinating to, skim through those comments and see only a handful of women understood where she was coming from. Right? And the chicks that were going off, they are the ones she was speaking about. Clearly. Reckless, annoying, troublemaking, impulsive, emotionally unintelligent, pathological liars. Treacherous work. Right? So while the premise of this video is to shed light on and remind women of what other women are capable of, okay, and what to do to protect yourselves, the Pinocchi-Heaux, aka pathological liars, are a clear and present danger. They are a clear and present danger, not only to other women, but men and children as well. Right? Gotta stay woke. Have to stay aware. Okay? There are documented cases of women in certain places across the globe who cheered on the gang rape. Trigger warning. Hold on. Trigger warning. I'm sorry. I thought that I put this in the beginning of the video. Trigger warning. They cheered on the gang rape of other women because they were from a different tribe, a different ethnicity, different nationality, etc. Same thing with the Holocaust, right? Women instigating, encouraging, and actively participating in the demise of other women, right? These are more extreme examples of how dangerous women can be towards each other, but they are very important ones nonetheless. And I just wanted to throw that out there, I learned that just doing my own research, right? Doing my own research. So, Pinocchi-Heaux and Frenemies, they operate on varying degrees, right? To varying degrees, with the intent to cause chaos, disorder, and destruction. Obster archetype all day long. That's what they do. That is their intention. Nothing more, nothing less. And aside from operating with awareness, self and situational awareness, exercising extreme discernment, and setting and enforcing boundaries, it's a good idea. Here's a solution. It's a good idea to refrain from idolizing pedestalizing or idealizing other women, right? You know, whether your relationship with other women is romantic, platonic, surface level connections, or deep connections, doesn't matter because we're human, okay? It is a good idea to refrain from, let's go over it again, idolizing, pedestalizing, or idealizing other women. Because what you're going to do, you're going to get your feelings hurt, your heart is going to be broken, and it's just not going to be a pleasant experience, okay? Am I telling you not to pursue connections with other women? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right? When women can genuinely connect with each other, respect each other, another key word, majorly respect. When women can genuinely connect with each other, respect each other, right? Understand each other's rules of engagement, very important. So that we're not crossing boundaries. We're not crossing each other's boundaries or developing codependency and passive aggression, all of these things. It's a beautiful thing. And I know firsthand how beautiful it is to form a connection, a deep connection with other women, deep, meaningful connections. Surface level connections too. You know, it is what it is. There's varying degrees of it. It's a beautiful thing. Right? And I'm also not saying just throw women away. Just throw them away or be done with them because of what you believe is a transgression committed against you. I know what warrants grace and forgiveness when it comes to other women. I've done it. And I also know when I have to let a woman hold the L. Right? When the transgression you committed against me will be your first and last time. I've done that also, right? Right? That's called exercising extreme discernment. Okay? So, yes, I'm definitely keeping my foot on necks all day. That's what I do. And I'm making people stand on their words and actions. Okay? Because we're adults and we have to hold each other accountable as women. We do. Okay? So, I'm going to get off of here. Oh my God, my stomach is growling. I'm getting ready to go make me a plate. I got some good food waiting for me. I didn't have to cook. You know, I cook when I feel like it. Other than that, I'm ordering out. You know what I mean? I'm ordering takeout. But I'm going to get off of here. As always, I enjoy speaking with the 1%. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Thank y'all so much for subscribing. Don't be afraid to share, like, comment on this video. You know what I mean? We need to get this out. This is very important. Until we meet again. Peace.